This season, System Oz proudly partnered with the NFL Alumni Association. Some of the biggest names in football history took the challenge to get healthy alongside America by joining our System Oz family. I'm proud to announce that each one of these men have tackled their goals and scored System Oz success. And some of them are joining us today in studio. Their starting lineup: Otis Anderson from the St. Louis Cardinals and the New York Giants. Now, Otis lost a total of 20 pounds in just 8 weeks. Look at that. His shirt doesn't fit anymore. We'll get to that in a second. David Blaha from the Denver Broncos started his System Oz journey over the summer and lost a total of 64 pounds. What a difference. David, good for you. And the president of the NFL Alumni Association, Bart Oates, from the New York Giants and San Francisco 49ers. Remember, Bart's goal wasn't to lose weight. Not everyone needed to lose weight. You look like a gazelle already. But to maintain his weight, which he accomplished, and especially keep his blood pressure and cholesterol low, he worked hard, and he's doing great. Congratulations to all of you.
Thank you. Thank you, Doc.
Now, this is important. Each of them started this program together. There are 18 players that have joined System Oz, lost a collective total, wait for it, 450 pounds. Wow. But you guys did it because you worked together. How'd you build the support system?
Well, you know, so NFL Alumni Association, we're about, one of our missions is caring for our own. So we want to, you know, and our guys are just like the general population, a lot of obesity, about 40%. Yep. So in the NFL Alumni, we wanted to just have this open, honest discussion, not one of these discussions where obesity is typically just whispered about. It's like, hey, this is important, and we can talk about it. It's okay if you're struggling with it, right? And sometimes people, as you know, there's a lot of factors other than just diet and exercise, right? Sleep, stress, your environmental factors,
up here,
hormones, right? That all affect this overall thing we call our weight. And so we really want to kind of bring that out into discussion.
Well, you've done it beautifully. People are talking about each of your successes, but I'm especially impressed that you each figured out your own path. Then you shared the playbook with each other. So we're going to find out how these NFL greats tackle some of their biggest obstacles, which I'm sure are pretty similar to yours at home. Bart, come on over.
All right.
Bart had a problem, because Bart likes to eat food late at night.
Oh, I do.
But System Oz is an intermittent fasting plan that unfortunately cuts your meals off at 6 if you're doing it. So you have to find a way of dealing with your cravings. So show us your late night hacks.
So listen, I mean, I do. I love the snack at night. That's one of my, I can go like the morning stuff, waiting late to eat, that's fine with me. But it's that afterwards. And so it's things such as, you know, something warm like peppermint tea. You know, to get something in your stomach late instead of going for a snack. Try something like that. My wife, she's a yoga instructor, and so the essential oils.
They distract you. Peppermint oil is good too, but
she does this like savasana, and then bam, I'm gone.
The peppermint oil is great because it dominates your senses, so you don't want to eat anything.
Exactly, and then of course, you know, brushing your teeth, just that process, right? That part of just having a clean mouth, and that kind of gives you less motivation. Yeah,
it closes the door in the kitchen because.
It's done.
It's done. Your 5th day's done.
I'll be there in the morning.
I'll be back in a second.
Thank you.
Now, David Blaha, like so many of you, struggled with weight his whole life. It wasn't a bad problem in the NFL, but making the change was not easy for him. What was your relationship with food before you started the System Oz program?
Well, Doc, you know, I was an emotional leader. You know, if the day was going good, I rewarded myself. The day went south, I reward myself because I was stressed out and I wanted to eat. So the eating was a pacifier by all means. The worst part of my life is when I go back about 10 years ago. I gained about 60, 70 pounds within a year, just emotionally eating. My wife passed away.
I'm sorry about that, by the way.
Thank you. Yeah. Thank you. I was all wigged out. I was all stressed out, and all life around me changed. It was difficult. So what I did was I went to restaurants in the evening. I'd eat. I'd overeat, eat all the wrong stuff 3 to 5 times a week, probably another 15 to 20,000 calories additional every week. And all it did was I ended up with health problems. Sure. So you look at, I had obesity. I had diabetes, I had sleep apnea, and the worst part is when I go to the doctor, the first line on the chart always was morbidly obese, which I thought of all names that you could call me, I'd rather be called somebody else. But I thought, you know what, I got to do something about this here. Best part is I'm a new man. This works. You got to be very vigilant to follow the rules. I have lost 64 pounds in 5 pant sizes. Oh, and the best part is, like I said, this changed my life. The biggest compliment I got was from my daughter. She says, Dad, I went to visit them last weekend, and she goes, you were walking up the driveway. She goes, I didn't even recognize you.
That's beautiful.
So that was a surprise. So I took that as a compliment.
Yeah, I see that picture from the before, and I don't recognize that person. You probably don't either.
I was alone. There's no other way of looking at it.
So how'd you do it? Give us some tactics that work for you, because you have to automate your life, because your whole relationship with food had to improve. And remember, System Oz is about greens, beans, and proteins.
Yep.
So you need to include those in all your meals.
All the meals here, by all means. The key of all this here and the success behind it is if you measure and weigh out and proportion all your food. What I did here is I made a lot of pre-meals ahead of time. I usually go out 3 to 5 days ahead of time, and I'll make a big batches, and I'll either freeze it or put it in the refrigerator. No excuses and no diversions.
And you got in the shakes because they're easy?
Shakes, I also take vegetable, blend them up in a blender. It's a delicious shake. And also you can put a little bit of ice in there and a little Tabasco if you want a little trust. So
I'm proud of you.
All right, Doc. I appreciate it.
God bless.
Thank you.
Now, System Oz isn't just about weight loss. It's a whole body wellness plan that includes mindfulness and daily movement. Now, Otis is a big-time athlete.
That's right.
People would think that motivating an athlete to work out wouldn't be a challenge, but you said you actually had to tackle the motivation and get your body moving.
I did. I had to figure out how to get this thing going, and I said, you know what?